with all that you've said so far and these, what could be defined as somewhat challenging and turbulent times we live in, what would you see as a vision for these next maybe 5, 10 or 20 years for humanity?
A vision, wow. To me, if I'm looking out 5, 10 years in the future, and you're asking me this completely on the spot.
Oh, yes.
I do see collaboration is key for how that goes. If people can understand that life isn't exactly as we've been taught it to be, there's more to life than what we've been told. The essence of being a human being and what we're truly capable is wonderful. It's really wonderful. Yes. I know that. I can feel it. Working with people and seeing their senses coming alive for the first time, all lined up and being able to really feel the human being, the authentic human being, the alive human being that they are. I think if everybody knew that, and it's not that difficult to learn, we could build such a fantastic future. And these old cronies who are still living in the past with their, we need less people on the planet and greed, more money, greed, us, well, the superfluous few who they literally think that there's people on the planet who shouldn't be here or don't have value.
Yeah.
Everything's got value. Everybody's got valuable. Everybody's got gold. So if you're asking me about the future, if we can get that message out there and really tune into what's golden about being a human being, what's golden about life and living on this incredible planet where actually we know of no other planet like it. People talk about aliens and space and blah, blah, blah. There's nowhere we know that can grow food and all air, produce environments. We need to start tuning into our preciousness, the preciousness.
Yes, I'll take it, Joy. Thank you very much for that. Matty, I think Joy's right. There's a lot of people about who have sort of been fostering this agenda of human hating. We're a problem and something should be done about us. And the legitimization of sadness and misery seems to be, we've set quite a low bar for ourselves. What do you say about next 5, 10 or 20 years, Matty?
Well, my hope is that the world will be a little bit less greed-driven, and some of those people wake up and see what she just said, that we all have value and all are part of the big machine that's called Earth. But to be honest, I'm not really convinced it will be. It's just a wish. And if you look in the past, there's no indication it will be happening. But if we all pull together, maybe we can change some people that sit in the spot that can make decisions that help.
Thank you for your honesty. If I was closer to you, I'd give you a lovely big hug. I would ask your permission first, but I that's what I'm feeling right now, Matty. Thank you. Virtual hug from here on the Silver Coast to you, my friend, and good luck with your move. Jason, I'm sure you've got something to add to that.
Or about how I see the world going in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome because we're going to be the age of the oligarch and it's not even the 1%. People aren't even talking about the 1% anymore. It's the 0.1%.
Right.
And they've worked out that the 1% have got a lot of money, but really there's probably about 6 or 7 people who actually shape what's going on. And for me, the cat's out of the bag with communication, the speed of communication, the quality of communication that we now have. It's very difficult for things to be esoteric anymore. And so much so that to confuse and confuddle everything, it's like fake news is bigger than real news. In fact, it turns out it's all fake news because most of it is opinion. There's very little of anything which is grounded in any real physical reality.
Yeah, well said.
And so because people are realising this, and they're realising that the people that lead us are incompetent, I think people are taking more control. And I say more power to them. And if we continue, eventually, it's like nobody's going to take any notice of any of the things that we're told. And hopefully we just get on with it. There's very enterprising people doing things with energy, agriculture, arts, all of the things which make us human and contribute to the human condition. And less is now, people are talking about supermarkets and things like this, and how they rip off farmers. They rip off everybody at both ends, farmers, consumers,
Yes.
and give you bad quality food. And that's just one example. And so everybody also knows that the money that they give in to councils and governments to provide public services and things, a lot of the money, it appears, allegedly, I don't want to get anybody into trouble, gets into people's pockets rather than into actual services. And so my hope is that people will pay less and less attention to the TV and the newspapers and start, being responsible for yourself and your neighbours and the community at large. And then I think we're just going to rule this stuff.
Yes, God bless you. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. I'm so glad I asked this question. And it's flipping Effa's fault that we're in this condition this morning, because she suggested Joy come on the show. And now look what's happened. So last word to you, Effa, as the person to blame for this outbreak of wonderful wisdom on the show this morning.
I know, isn't it fantastic? And I wanted to add to that. Obviously, I've been here 17 years, and the influx of people in the last few years now. About 10 years ago, I've been a therapist here the whole time, and I've had no one to really talk to. I've had a really good friend who's a fitness instructor, and we can talk about muscles and things. And a lot of the stuff I like to talk about is a bit geeky, and nobody really gets it. I like going on anatomy dissection days. It's a bit weird. And as all these people have been influxing here, I have so many people to swap treatments with, to talk to, that talk my language. And I said about 10 years ago, I have a feeling this area, and that area spreads, it's probably Tamar, Pajogo Grand, where I am. It's a good hour around me, I'd say. I did say I think it's going to be quite a cosmic area. I don't know where it came from. I just said it years ago, and it just seems to be happening. So if I'm right, I'm with Jason and Joy thinking I think everything's going to get great. Collaboration is the way, and if people can do that, we're just getting bigger and better, really.
Superb. Thank you so much for being the catalyst for this conversation this morning. And you'll be joining us again. Matty was just asking what sort of therapist you are. You two definitely need to know each other. Effa is the art of unwinding, Matty. I'll make sure you're connected after the show, okay? Because Matty's doing some very important and useful pain management stuff as well in his part of the country. So you guys definitely need to know each other. Thank you, all of you. Jace, thanks very much. Don't know what happened to Lee this morning, but thanks, Jace. Keep up the good work there. Matty, all the best as Quinta Entre Aguas develops. Lovely to catch up with you, Effa and Joy. Thank you. Have a superb day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your birthday here in Portugal, Joy.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're going rebirthing and sound healing today. I've been good.
Okay.
Go
Fantastic. All right, great. Big round of applause for you all. Take care, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Have a good day.
Ciao. Hasta luego.